Imagine standing in like an ancient courtyard.
Okay.
It smells intensely of iron and smoke.
Wow.
And for 7 days straight, you're just watching priests slaughter bulls and male goats.
Right.
And they're smearing blood on the horns and the corners of this massive, meticulously measured stone altar.
Yeah, that is a vivid picture.
It is. And I mean, one mistake in the measurements or just one missed drop of blood and the entire ritual is just ruined.
Completely ruined.
Yeah. So today's deep dive takes us right into that visceral scene from Ezekiel chapter 43, alongside a set of personal reflection notes and a theological commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission today is figuring out how these highly specific ancient altar blueprints somehow hold the key to our modern sense of self-worth.
Which, I mean, it sounds like a massive leap to me.
Oh, totally.
We are going from Iron Age sacrificial laws to, the psychology of modern faith and identity.
Right.
But the connective tissue between them is surprisingly profound once we actually look at the mechanics of what was happening.
Okay, let's unpack this blueprint first. Because Ezekiel 43, it reads like the most intense IKEA manual ever written.
Oh, yeah.
It demands this altar with a square hearth exactly 12 cubits long, a base 1 cubit high, and a rim of 1 span around the edge.
Right. Let's translate those dimensions for a second just so we can picture it.
Yeah, please.
A cubit is roughly the length of an adult's forearm, so about 18 inches.
Okay.
And a span is the distance from the tip of your thumb to the tip of your outstretched pinky finger.
Ah, so they're using human body proportions to measure this massive structure.
Exactly.
But going back to that IKEA metaphor, I mean, if I mess up building a bookshelf, it just wobbles.
Right.
But instead of missing screws, this involves Zadokite priests and, daily sacrifices of unblemished animals. If these ancient builders messed up the altar, what were the stakes?
Well, in their worldview, they were quite literally risking divine wrath.
Oh, wow.
The text specifies that only Zadokite priests were allowed to approach God to offer these sacrifices. Yeah, they were a very specific elite lineage of priests who had actually remained faithful during a period of national rebellion.
Okay.
So the stakes were absolute purity. God is entirely holy, and they believed that any imperfection, any deviation from the blueprint meant bringing impurity into the presence of the divine.
Which I guess explains why there is so much strict red tape just to approach God.
Yeah.
Because they have to do this daily blood-smearing ritual on the altar's four horns for 7 whole days before God finally says on the 8th day that he will accept their burnt and peace offerings.
Right.
Why was this exhausting 7-day purification required first? I mean, why 7 days and why blood?
So in ancient Near Eastern thought, blood represented life.
Okay.
Because it was the essence of life, it was viewed as the ultimate purifying agent. It kind of conceptually absorbed the impurity of the people in the physical space.
Wow.
And as for the time frame, the number 7 in biblical literature almost always represents completion or divine perfection.
Oh, I see.
So a 7-day cycle meant the altar was fundamentally perfectly purified.
Yeah.
Only then, on the new cycle, the 8th day, could a normal relationship with God actually resume.
Okay. I get the mechanics of the ancient ritual now, but this is where I'm genuinely struggling.
Okay.
Our source notes jump from this intense physical blood ritual directly to a modern theological critique about human willpower.
Right.
The author starts questioning the phrase, saved simply by believing. How on earth do we get from sprinkling blood on an altar to a debate about human willpower?
We get there through the concept of capacity. Just look at the sheer exhausting effort required in Ezekiel.
Yeah.
The commentary points out that this grueling process proves one thing: human beings absolutely cannot cleanse themselves through sheer effort. Approaching a holy God isn't something you can just casually decide to do.
Right.
You cannot willpower yourself into purity.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. If faith is just a simple choice of human willpower, like a lot of people think today, why doesn't everyone, including our loved ones, just choose to believe it?
Right.
I mean, we all have people we care about who just don't buy it no matter how we explain it.
What's fascinating here is that saving faith is never merely intellectual agreement.
Oh.
The notes clarify that faith itself is a gracious work God brings about within us. It's not a flex of human determination.
Wow.
The intricate ancient altar points directly to this. Those endless sacrifices foreshadowed a final, ultimate sacrifice, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
The notes describe this as costly grace. It's grace purchased with the Son of God's life. It wasn't a cheap or easy transaction
Right.
because we completely lacked the capacity to do the heavy lifting ourselves.
So what does this all mean for us today?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it changes everything.
How so?
Because God's acceptance is a fully paid gift, that costly grace we just talked about. We can finally stop trying to prove our worth.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. We no longer need to shape our identity around our achievements, our relationships, or, what other people think of us.
We don't have to constantly try to hide our failures from God.
Exactly. You can work, serve, and love out of the security of grace, rather than just out of the fear of failure.
And it shifts everything.
It really does.
Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on today. We spent all this time looking at how that ancient altar required a continuous, exhausting, 7-day cycle of sacrifice just to consecrate the space. So since we know we have received a permanent, once-and-for-all acceptance, how does that change the way you view your own recurring daily mistakes?